Russian President Vladimir Putin says he is open to negotiations to settle the war. Tom Dempsey joins us live from Washington, D.C. with this late-breaking news this morning. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Mitch. Yeah, not too long ago, we learned Russian President Vladimir Putin expressed interest in holding peace talks with Ukraine to end the war. But he added that Russia will not be pulling out of Ukraine. And Mitch, that sort of summarizes where we are right now. There's definitely interest to end this war, but it shows no signs of ending anytime soon with, both sides saying certain conditions need to be met. In fact, President Joe Biden addressed this just yesterday, saying that, he's open to talking with Russia to end the war in Ukraine if President Vladimir Putin is serious about ending the conflict there. Again, he made these comments during a news conference on Thursday, but he said a united front must be maintained against Russia. The costs of the war continue to mount, and it shows no signs of ending anytime soon, as I mentioned. Republicans also will take control of the House next year, with House Speaker nominee Kevin McCarthy saying the party won't write a blank check for aid. The president told reporters he'd be willing to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin if Putin shows he seriously wants to end fighting.
The idea that Putin is ever going to defeat Ukraine is beyond comprehension. Imagine them trying to occupy that country for the next 2, 5, 10, 20 years, if they could. If they could. He's miscalculated every single thing he initially calculated.
Those comments all came as Russia's foreign minister accused the U.S. of being directly involved in the war by providing weapons and training to the Ukrainian forces. The foreign minister saying Russia remains open to peace talks, but added that the country has not heard any ideas of serious discussions. And again, just in the last hour, we learned reports of Vladimir Putin being open to these talks. But again, he's also saying that certain conditions need to be met, and they're not going to be pulling out of Ukraine. And Mitch, this all comes as Russia said, the energy infrastructure hits. They stood by them saying that those were done to, weaken the Ukrainian military and also, impact the country and disrupt the shipment of weapons across the country. So this war shows no signs of ending anytime soon, Mitch. And those energy infrastructure strikes that, Russia's standing by, yes, they are part of this war, but those strikes are impacting, regular neighborhoods. People have no connection to this war and are not fighting on the front lines. And it's leaving people in the cold. And winter's very cold in Ukraine. And it's just incredibly hard for the people there, for the past 9 months, Mitch.
Tom, it's tough for me to understand a peace negotiation where the invading country refuses to leave. But I guess we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But what conditions would both sides be asking for in order to end this war?
I think that the key word with all this, Mitch, is the serious, considerations and serious discussions happening. Because, again, both sides are going back and forth. Ukraine simply wants to end the war and see Russia get out of the land that it annexed during this conflict. But Russia is saying that, it wants Ukraine to recognize Crimea, the area it annexed years ago. And again, to end this war and just to, maybe just to stay in the places that it's taken over. So that just shows you how far apart we are. Yes, it's good to be talking about possible peace talks, but again, this shows no signs of ending anytime soon, Mitch.
All right, Tom Dempsey reporting live on the latest in Ukraine for us in D.C. Tom, we'll see you a little bit later this morning. Some good news this morning. Gas prices. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation in your cable lineup. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-based, unbiased coverage.